Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Blood for Land 1.1. Now, when we left off, we had just, well, beaten the Empress in her desert, and we have now captured her. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be getting some of her unique troops. I don't necessarily feel like the ransom option is actually a thing right now, because I've actually tried it out. There's 9,000 there for the taking, and I don't think that's actually worth it. I think the unique troops are much, much better, because that means we can even upgrade those troops, maybe, at the merchant. So maybe we can do that. So let's see. You destroy my settlement. What will I get in return? What do you desire? Yes. Kill the dog and give her 5,000. Well, that would be the 5,000 that she gave us initially. I've already spent the 5,000, which is a little bit of a shame, actually, because what I did was I came back and went into the town, and then I thought to myself, okay, Colborne, he did an amazing job in the previous episode. I personally feel like he was MVP in that episode, so it would be really quite nice if I rewarded him a little bit, and I gave him some new armor. So yeah, and that cost me 5,000 or 4,900 or something like that. So yeah, I don't have that anymore, but I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done anyway, because getting those extra units could actually be pretty decent. So, nothing, just your death. Yes, your execution will be carried out, and I'm going to do this in the most hilarious way possible. Why are you giving me a crossbow? I wanted to use my throwing weapons, because they are hilarious, but apparently we're not allowed to do that. Oh, that's such a shame. That is such a shame. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so let's go in here. As you can see, Colborne is using some different armor. He's looking pretty nice. I have actually given him a shield as well that he can use on horseback. As you can see, he's using a horseman's kite shield. And he also has leveled up, and I thought I'd save that until we got on screen. So, what are we going to do here? He already has a pretty decent amount in riding skill, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be using his horse for the most part until he dies. And so athletics is not probably going to be very decent. So, otherwise, what do we want to go for here? Well, I actually don't know. I think we should probably go for some more strength, maybe get a little bit more in Power Strike or Iron Flesh. I think Power Strike is probably going to be the best, so that he can just deal as much damage as possible before he dies, because obviously he can respawn, and that is a really nice thing. Maybe what we should actually decide to do in the end is actually level up his riding skill so that he can actually get a better horse, because the horse right now that he has is kind of, it's not very good, so maybe we should do something like that. Anyway, let's see. Yes, there we go. Yep, let's do that. I have the money. There we are. Okay, so now we have her units, which is rather nice. Ooh, there's an expansion over here. That must mean that there are many, many more enemies for us to capture, perhaps. Maybe. That's rather nice. Okay, so otherwise, what I'm going to do is, I don't think I've actually gotten my taxes. I did participate in a two-handed tournament before I started the recording, and I did try the tip that one of you gave me, which was to pick up the blunt weapons from the Hammer King, and I tried picking those up, and it really did not work, unfortunately. And apparently we've already sent for taxes. Well, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do now is go to Wesfrak and see if I can find one of those additional companions, and maybe do that initial quest at the entrance that is new. We have not done that before, but yes, as I was saying, the what was it, the mallet? I think it's a mallet, yeah. The mallet was just too slow for us to be able to deal with the dual champion. I did get to the dual champion stage again, but he's just too fast. He's just got too much weapon proficiency. I'm sure you could probably beat him if you had luck on your side. Obviously, I have no idea how much HP he has as well, so yeah. Okay, so here we go. The main fortress of Uruk has been getting harassed by bandits and ruffians. They could use another strong commander in the fort to help fend them off. So now this is going to be pretty difficult, I think. So I'm a little bit worried about it. You enter Uruk's fortress to find some of the town militia mending their wounds and eating inside the keep. The soldiers are glad to see you and welcome you with bread and ale. No sooner do you hear screams coming from outside the walls, you grab your weapons and begin preparing your men. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, so enemy morale is at 700. Right, I think there's definitely something going on there. In terms of... can you please charge? Go! Go, Colborne! Go! Why isn't he going? Do we not charge out, actually? Or... wait a minute, where's the map? Oh, my... oh, dear. It seems like the mouse has bugged out a little bit. Yes, the mouse has bugged out a little bit, and I cannot get it off the screen. So that's... yeah, I was attempting to get the battle map up, and, well... oh, never mind. Okay, it can get off the screen. That's great. Okay, anyway, what we're going to do is get a barracks, get Axemen upgrade, and then we're basically just going to spam Axemen. We have brute peasants incoming. Oh my, that's a little bit worrisome. But yes, if you are also playing along with this mod, then I highly recommend do not, and I repeat, do not use your battle map here, because that will end up with you having a bit of a bugged mouse. But, oh yes, also what I've done is I bought a new weapon. I bought a new weapon for Moon Moon. He is now using a normal Bardiche. A normal Bardiche that has, I think, crushing through blocks? I think it has crushing through blocks. I could be mistaken. Wait a minute, do we have to kill 700 of these? I don't know, but, I can't look at my inventory right now, but, yeah, I suppose you can trust me in me saying that I am using a weapon that is a normal Bardiche, not a long Bardiche or anything like that, and it's not a polearm. It's actually classified as a two-handed, so, okay, I'm going to get up my Jareds here, because I'd actually like to kill these. Really? Really? That is so terrible, isn't it? That is absolutely awful. Okay, well, I was very much hoping to hit this guy, but I wasn't in first person, so obviously that's going to make a bit of a difference, but yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was about time that we changed our Bardiche, because even though it is a polearm, and it's actually really, really good, I thought it might be nice to sort of switch things up, and this is actually one of the best weapons that I have used, well, ever, actually. I mean, I know that there are many, many two-handed weapons in the game and in many mods, and apart from the special weapons that you can get in various mods, like, for example, in Pendle, obviously you can get rune weapons, and, you know, in, you know, A Clash of Kings and things like that, you can also get the other special weapons, you know, the named ones and things like that. So, yeah, other than that, obviously, you know, it is kind of nice to be able to, well, shall we say, have something that I can kind of rely on, because this Bardiche is just really good. I mean, I personally feel like it's really good anyway. And as I've said in the past, I actually really like the Bardiche weapon class, which I mainly choose in multiplayer modes, whenever I'm playing a multiplayer mode, which is not very often, but yeah, I'll usually try and use the Bardiche if it's available, but if it's not, then obviously I'm a sad panda, but even so. Okay, now I think I'm going to die here, actually. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. No, I'm not going to die now. Or am I? Yes, I am. Apparently I am. Okay, well, I don't really mind too much. Ooh, we probably should have built that keep. Colborne is actually getting a couple of kills, which is really nice. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about this, actually. Do I have enough gold? Yeah, I do have enough gold, but I'd like to actually use that gold to upgrade a little bit. So I'm going to do that first. We have 131 gold. Still? Well, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so I can't really read this too easily. There we go. We've got advanced supply wagons now as well. And we're going to get some composite bowmen very, very soon. What do I need? Oh, I need wood. Ugh, wood is being annoying. Yes, wood is being very, very annoying. Okay, shall we get another blacksmith? We probably need to get another blacksmith. But we actually seem to be doing pretty well so far. But see, the thing is, the enemy morale is at 630. So I would assume that that means I have killed 70. Yeah, I've killed 70 units, so that's a little bit worrying in itself. I'm actually going to revive myself. Oh, I can't revive myself until I get a temple, isn't it? Yep, there we go. Okay, so that's going to take me a little bit longer, but that's fine. I don't really mind so much. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to cut away, and once we're back in the action, I'll see you then. Alright, so we have now respawned. I am absolutely being bombarded from all sides by peasant archers, and I gotta say, it's not very nice. It's not very nice of them. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be spamming axemen, because the more the merrier. Am I right? Yes, the more the merrier. So I actually don't know where our HP bar is, but as you can see, all of our axemen are now spawning in. Where is our HP? I mean, where is the actual point at which they can attack us? Because I haven't actually found that, but it seems as though this is more of a, you know, hold steady sort of mode, which is perfectly fine, but oh my, I'm a little bit worried about it, to be honest. I feel like we might end up just losing because they have an overwhelming amount of archers. And I am going to be getting some archers as soon as possible, but obviously it really just depends on... Oh no. It really just depends on varying factors. Oh, kill that. Yes, there we go. Really? I'm getting killed by regular brigands. I am absolutely livid. Okay, well, anyway, I think what we're going to do now is probably just wait until we can be a holy paladin of sorts. How many of my... Are my axemen actually doing anything? I can't even tell because I have no idea where they are, which is actually a bit of a shame, but I know the reasoning for it because obviously you don't want to see how many units you've killed, but I think we can kind of work that out. We've killed about 140 now, so that's pretty reasonable. I think another tick of this, and I'm probably going to be able... I'm going to just upgrade that. There we go. And we can now make... There we go. Holy Paladin with a bunch of pilgrims. That's exactly what we like to see. Can I build a caravan? That's the thing. Can I build a caravan? I don't know. But I do have a shield with the Holy Paladin, so that's rather nice. If I get killed here, I'm going to be... I'm not going to be happy. Not going to be happy. There we go. Thank you very much, Pilgrim. Okay. Well, it seems like we might be in... we might be in trouble. And Colborne is doing a very, very good job right now. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do, so I guess I'm just going to die here and then wait for our resources to kind of pile up a bit, but I think we're kind of done. They did say a strong commander, and it seems like we are not yet strong enough. Alright, so after our somewhat lackluster defense, I guess it was. I mean, that's the thing. We really got overrun there very, very easily. Maybe it's just because I did not play it well. See, now that's the thing. I had no idea what kind of strategy to use, and I would have expected the better strategy, or the, you know, shall we say the optimal strategy would be to only use, shall we say, shielded units, so sword militia would have probably come in mighty handy there, as well as obviously using ranged as a support unit. So things like composite bowmen and longbowmen and things like that, that would have been really, really good. And I could have placed those probably up high, just up those stairs, you know, up those... I don't know whether you know what I mean, but the point is that they should have had a pretty nice high angle on attacking any of our enemies, and then we should have just placed the sword militia down in the courtyard, probably not even attacking, just defending against the various units, and then we would have had ranged people just attacking. So that probably would be much better, and we would take a lot less casualties, because the Axemen are going to be no good at all. They are just going to be absolutely no good, because, newsflash, they don't have shields. So yeah, that was my bad, to be honest. That was my bad. But I didn't actually realize what was going on. I didn't know whether the enemy had a base, and I didn't know whether this was just a new game mechanic that was just being introduced now, maybe for later battles or something. But no, I was unaware that it was more of a survival sort of thing. Anyway, what we're going to do now is, well, I'm actually thinking that I'm just going to wait until the Iron Age right now. I'm literally just going to wait until the Iron Age right now, because there's only 2 more ticks of food. Yeah, 1 more tick now until I have the opportunity to do that. So I'm actually just going to do that. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to absolutely wait. And if this works, then that's pretty there we go. Now we're at the Iron Age already, which is pretty impressive. And shall I build a keep? Can I do that? I can build a keep, but my iron is going to be absolutely terrible, and I feel like that's kind of a pointless waste of time. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to just level some of these up, and, well, I'll see you after we've got more economic upgrades. Well, Colborne's obviously going to do a really good job at defending us, I hope, maybe? Oh, I actually did not realize that there was a wood stockpile here, which I could actually just attack for some extra wood at the beginning. If I had realized that, that would have been absolutely amazing to begin with, and I'm actually unsure, are these barrels actually something as well? Are they like food or something? No, I don't think so. I thought maybe fruit or something would be in there. No. Oh, there is this though, and that is iron. What? Wow, that's really cool. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that is really cool. So you can tell the mod creator definitely thought of everything. And is this food? No, I would have thought that would be grain or something. But hitting grain with an axe, probably not the best way to go about it, but yes. Okay, well, as you can see, we're actually doing pretty well. Not too bad. I've actually not spawned any units yet. Yeah, it's just been Coalborn and a bunch of farmers that have been helping us right now. And that's pretty amusing, if I do say so myself, because I was thinking to myself that maybe it would probably be a good idea to get some axemen, but it hasn't really been necessary, which is, well, maybe it is going to be necessary soon, because I'm probably going to die in a quick second. But as you can see, what I've been attempting to do is just try and get a huge stockpile of food, and that will then enable us to just go absolutely all out with our spawns of axemen and whatever else we want. I'm going to just hide here real quick, because this seems to be the only way I can be a little bit safe. But yeah, we're going to clear all these guys out very, very soon. As you can see, they actually have 23 on the battlefield. I have lost about this many so far. Yeah, 13 or 14 or what is it, 12 or something? I don't even know. But anyway, point is, we're doing okay. We're doing fine, because what I'd like to do is get enough of all of these so that I can just upgrade everything. There we go. That's what I like to see. Okay, so now let's see if I can kill this guy. I'm used to the extra... yes, exactly. Used to the extra reach from the other bardige, but oh well, doesn't really matter so much, because we can now spawn ourselves as something amazing, probably a Holy Paladin. I'm probably going to go for that soon. And that guy's just going to start attacking and being annoying, but yeah, the next tick of gold will be his doom. Yes, there we go. Yes, it is his doom now. He will regret that. Alright, so now this is where we have some fun with the axemen. Oh yes, look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I envisaged. Very nice. Now, obviously the food is going to be, you know, ticking up and up and up and up again. But, you know, while that happens, I'm probably going to be only buying huntsmen or something along those lines. I'm not going to be attempting to buy anything that is going to spend food, because I'd very much like to keep that for axemen. You know, more axemen or sword militia or composite bowmen or whatever, you know, whatever it may be. And as you can see, we're just absolutely swarming them. And this is actually another tactic that one of you mentioned in the comments, where if you just wait until you have a huge amount of resources and then just swamp the enemy, that's usually a really good way to go. And yeah, I agree. I mean, I have done that before, I believe. I think on one of the maps. But yeah, now at least the enemy base is like kind of easy to attack instead of before, where it would take a long time to kill. But obviously we are playing on hard, so having a 50% decrease in the base is making things, you know, quite a bit more even. Because if it was exactly the same as it was before, I think we would have infinite problems. So let's get some composite bowmen and one hoplite apparently, because I misclicked. But yeah, let's do that. And are we gonna get anything else, like maybe some iron? Ah, I know, Frisian knights. Yes. There we go. Oh yes, Frisian knights, very nice. Okay, so let's go and get these composite bowmen. I'm actually just going to put them here. I know that one of you said that it would be a good idea to put them on the other side of the river here. But I'm not in... I mean, can they even go over here? I'm sure they can they? I'm actually just going to try this myself and see if I die. This is just for science. No, it seems like they can. Well, that's pretty good. So I guess what I could do is move them there. Okay, I'm going to move them there and see what I can do, but yeah, I don't really need to, I suppose. It's not really necessary. But yeah, as you can see, the HP of the base is just absolutely being massacred. I don't know whether you can massacre the HP of a base, but apparently we're doing it. Yes, we're doing it right now. Very, very good. And these guys are being a little bit weird in the way that they're walking, but I suppose they just don't want to die, do they? No one wants to die, really, if you think about it. Okay, well, more Holy Paladins, thank you. And we'll just go for some more Axemen just to finish things off, even though I think we've already attained victory. I haven't even needed to hit the base more than a few times, and even then, our Axemen are just absolutely destroying it, so... Yeah, it seems like the Composite Bowmen are actually doing a reasonable job over there. I I kind of think that they're a little bit too close to the enemies, but that's the thing, it doesn't really matter because our units are swarming them. I mean, look at this, I just have 123, so initially we had a very, very difficult time of things because we actually, well, you saw, I died pretty embarrassingly, actually, against one of those brigands, one of those regular brigands. I mean, oh, come on, how can I die against a regular brigand? That is just embarrassing as hell, but doesn't matter because we, we took one for the team, I suppose you could say, because the only way we were able to, get all those stockpiled resources was by sacrificing our own life. I tell myself that at night when I want to console myself, obviously. Nah, of course I'm kidding. Anyway, the point is, we are now done with one of Vankerman's missions, and I'm pretty sure he actually has something else for us as well. I seem to recall a comment that said that, he has a much bigger role to play, and there's 2,100, thank you very much. Do you have another thing? Ah, one of my dining halls has been taken over by a bunch of drunks and hooligans. I could use a tough fighter like you to disperse those bastards. Well, I won't be able to at the moment, but maybe in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.